Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a 3v3 for your Sunday cast on Bone Temple the Ladder Edition. I would like to cast a best of series from the latest Home Story, well, Stay at Home Story Cup, but Blizzard broke the ability to load those replays about 10 days ago or 17 days ago from the time I'm posting this, and they have not fixed it yet as of June the 20th. So, hey, this is an incredible game played by myself at twitch.tv/FalconPally with Somicron. And let's get right on into it here on Bone Temple. Top side of the map, we have Demon Ray, the Zerg player. His red Terran opponent, Cams. We have a blue Zerg player. It is Barcode. And in the bottom side, Team South, yellow Zerg player, Somicron. Purple Zerg player, FalconPally. And the orange Zerg player, Lurker. Excellent. Quick APM check here. Nobody's really doing much in Team North. I'm spamming hard. I have a 350 APM. I've been spamming a lot recently. It's kind of helped my overall APM. I'm not sure if that's because it helps warm up my fingers or because it just inflates the numbers overall for the entire game. Who knows? Anyway, let's go ahead. We're going to red versus blue this just because it is so hard to tell who is who. And 3v3s when everybody has their own colors. It's really frustrating. But anyway, happy Sunday. Hope you enjoy this cast. I know most people probably won't click on it, but you did, and I appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the game. Obviously, this is not professional level, but it is team stuff. I don't do a lot of team stuff on the channel. And I hope maybe team stuff that is, Diamond 2 or so on the team ladder can be pretty exciting. Anywho, it looks like somebody went pool first here. Yeah, Barcode, he's just like, I'm just going to kill everyone fast. Meanwhile, Griff here went pool first. Excellent. He should be able to defend us. Although, if I remember correctly, he for some reason goes for the early pool and makes 0 Zerglings. I don't know why. I figure you're going to go pool first. You're going to make Lings in order to have some kind of defense in case something bad happens, or you want to be aggressive. But no, Griff's like, we're good. We're going to go pool first and then not have anything to defend with when these Lings show up. And meanwhile, my pool is just now done. I do have Lings on the way, and they do pop. Somicron, did he skip Lings? Scamacron, you skipped Zerglings too. Alright, well, my Lings are like, might as well get over here and see what we can do here. He actually runs away with really significantly better numbers than what I had right there, but more Lings are popping out all the time. Somicron does get some out here. Griff does the same thing. And I don't think there are any Banelings on the way. Yeah. Nobody has a Baneling nest, so this is just try to be a bit of a Ling flood, get some stuff done here, but there's just too many Lings. Just all three of us have too many Zerglings running about right now. I am making a Baneling nest, recognizing, okay, there's probably more Lings on the way. And having Banelings is always good. There are 2 Zergs on the other team and a Terran. Banelings are good against all 3 of those races. Honestly, though, these days, I've pretty much just been going, I'm going to make Lings and Banelings. And then we'll see what I need after that. Because Lings and Banes are just great against everything. They're great against Protoss, Terran, and Zerg opponents for all time. Spine Crawler coming up. I'm making a Spine 2 near my hatchery in case more Lings are flooding on over. He's got a bunch of Lings. They're walled off. They're worried about a counterattack of Zerglings, but I don't think we're in any mental position to do that. So, in the meantime, what am I working on? Well, my plans, whatever they were, are pretty much ruined at this stage, as usually happens. If I get harassed early on and I make Panic Zergling, all my timings are off. But I'm just trying to drone up at this stage, making a couple Banelings, again, just in case they decide to come back, which they're not. We do have vision. But this map is big, but Lings can cover that space pretty quickly. Like, it's really hard to see the Lings coming here. Or actually here, right? Because we have the Overlord vision here. And then have Lings ready to go by the time they arrive. It's close. It's just too close for comfort, is what it is. Anywho, did I mention I played this on Twitch? You should hang out. Twitch.tv/FalconPally. Come watch me play live StarCraft, live team stuff like this. Barco tries to take a sneaky third base up in the top left, where Demon Ray takes his third base on the low ground traditionally. Somicron has his third out, which again is easier for him to do just because he skipped a couple Lings early. I guess he lost some drones, so I don't know. I, in the meantime, have 4 gas running and a lair, which on this map usually means swarm hosts. So let's see how that works out for us. Lurker is running around being like, they haven't attacked us. Maybe they don't have anything. And by golly, look at this. Big time hit on this third hatch for Demon Ray. The early aggression is really great. Coming in, though, is Barcode. Getting in the mineral line of Griff. Very smart, because his units are gone. But then he sees banelings, and he's like, let's just get out of here. Let's just go. We killed some drones. Let's call it a good day. I'm going to lose my third hatch, which totally sucks. This it does get scouted by Somicron. Nice Overlord placement, Somicron. Well done on that one. Yeah, so this game is going to get pretty nuts. Before all is said and done. Quick plug for the Falcon Paladin Hour. It is a weekly podcast with myself and Somicron here in Aussie. Talk about StarCraft 2, we talk about GSL, we talk about Home Story Cup, we talk about all sorts of ESL events and make bets on things. And I lost the last bet we had, and so I have to hang. I am currently hanging an Australian flag in my window of my house facing out towards the street. And I have an Australian little bumper sticker on my car. Not that I drive anywhere these days, because I really don't. Oh my gosh, I'm going Spire here. I thought I went Swarm Host to start this thing off. No, I did not. I am sending an Overlord in to see what's going on, and I do scout the Spire from Barcode. Good scouting on that front. They're pinging my Overlord. They're like, are they going to try to Nidus us? Maybe. They certainly could. And Creep Queen does stay alive. I'm still scouting around. I see a Fusion Core. And at this point, what am I making? I'm making 11 Mutalisks? 11 Mutalisks to try to deal with the battle cruisers that are on the way. I probably should have made Corruptors when all is said and done here, but I have seen professional players have pretty good success going... Ooh, double Spire and an Infestation Pit here for Demon Ray. Going for Mutalisks against battle cruisers, so I was like, maybe I'll give it a shot. That seems totally reasonable, right? Creep Queen is down. Demon Ray aggressively pressuring here, but 2 spines and a bunch of zerglings and a queen should be able to handle this, and he pulls out. My Mutalisks are scouted. I'm moving out, trying to get some stuff done here, but I mean, they are obviously ready for me. They see it. Spore Crawler's there. For some reason, Cams doesn't even have an orbital at his natural base, or his... Yeah, this is his natural. Somebody's been messing up the expansion patterns on this map. Whatever, it's fine. So the Mutas are like, aha, a Mutalisk. We can take this down. And I'm like trying to move. I don't have the timing quite on when to move the Mutalisks away yet. So I'm too late on it. And I was just like, whatever. Let's just kill this thing. And there you go. So 1 Mutalisk in exchange for an entire battle cruiser is a pretty good trade. 2 more Mutas show up. And I'm like, I got to get this command center. I really want to get the CC. I should have just run. I mean, I guess I did. I did run there. I'm taking out some Overlords. Some of them are protected by Spores and Corruptors, and that's just a flee moment. Ow, ow, ow. So pretty good harassment. My Zerglings and my Mutas are like, I want to take down this third base so bad. So I do, but then a Mutalisk goes down, and then like another Mutalisk, and another Muta, and another Mutalisk goes down. Pretty much all my Mutas die, that's what I was remembering, and the command center ends up falling there. So, I don't know, 1 player's on 3 bases for Team Red here. That's not great for them. Griff is taking the gold. Griff has a base over here too. Expanding down this way. Somicron's taking the right side. Battle cruisers are jumping in right on top of Somicron's base. Do I have Corruptors? I'm making Corruptors right now. I am floating about 1,300 resources. 300 gas there, and yes, one of the battle cruisers goes down pretty easily. The other one is going to take a Corruptor with it, but I think that's going to be about it as the Griff shows up with his Mutalisks and battle cruisers die. An attack on the right side from Barcode. This is why I like 3v3. You're not just like, ah, yes, I dealt with their attack. I can rest for a moment. No! There's another one involved. There's another player involved who will come kick your butt, and by golly, he caustic sprays down Somicron's 4th hatch. Brutally taking it down. He's at 100 supply. Demon Ray's also 100 supply. Cam's not having the greatest day. Cam's maybe a bit of a lower level player, but he's, battle cruisers, hard to deal with. Easier for a lower level player to handle. Got my 3rd base up and rolling here at 9 minutes, which is just so stupid late. I have a weird army of Lings, Mutalisks, and a couple Corruptors. It's just not much. Oh, and some Banelings, of course. Of course I have a couple Banelings here. Good grief. This is such a weird game. 55, 63, and 36 workers for Team Red. 58, 82 for Somicron, and 44 workers for Le Griff. Well, actually saturating his gold base, which I feel like he should do. He is sitting on about 200 minerals, but spending it pretty well. Somicron's at 2,000. Somicron is building 9 Corruptors. There we go. He's going to have a big old Corruptor army to deal with the enemy Corruptor army, which is big. Barcode here has a lot of Corruptors. pretty darn scary stuff there. I can't believe that these overlords are still they're alive now, but now they are not. Expanding cams, expanding barcode, everybody. Expanding. Lurker Den coming in here from Demon Ray. Seems like an intelligent decision. Additional Corruptors coming out from me. Just worried about additional battle cruisers, and there are some in production. So it makes sense that we would have, all of us would basically be having a giant Corruptor army at this stage. Good against Mutalisks, good against enemy Corruptors, good against battle cruisers and Vikings and stuff. So I think we're doing a pretty good job recognizing what the opponent is doing and being prepared for that. Hydralisks on the way, though, and getting Adrenal Gland. And the upgrades across the map here are great for Demon Ray. Like Demon Ray, 144 APM. I'm sitting at 145 or so, 141 for Somicron. So three of us are having a pretty good time on average APM right now for D2. And like some of you people might be watching this and being like, this is D2? 1v1 D2 is much different. It is. 1v1 D2 is very, very different. LeGriff's in here trying to get stuff done, but there's just too much defense, including those Spore Crawlers. For example, it's just the timings are all off, and every game is different in some way, and like what compositions you have to choose versus what they're doing is harder to adjust to. So like people aren't going to be necessarily maxed out here at the time they would be in a 1v1, assuming all things went for a macro style opening, which again, this wasn't. This was early pressure. Early pressure from red, early defense from blue, and it slowed us down a bit. The Viking count for cams, pretty big, but they're all completely dead. Battle cruisers cruise it in, but that is a lot of Zerg air. And one of them dies, but the rest of them are too to teleport out of there. Now we have the Corruptors, but guess what? There's a Hydra Ling army here that doesn't give a crap about your Corruptors at all. I'm trying to send some Lings up on the other side to take down this base, but unfortunately there are spines there, so that doesn't go very well for me whatsoever. And Griff's gold base here does get taken down quite easily by Demon Ray. Nicely done. Bunch of Corruptors out for Somicron. I'm trying to take a base on the left side right now. I'm at 66 supply, which is embarrassingly low at this stage. LeGriff's army, pretty fantastic. He's on all those bases. He is actually hovering his army over my hatchery, which is a little bit odd, but I'll take the protection if you're offering it. And I was like, all right, I need a Baneling Nest for all those Hydralisks. That's the best way to deal with Mass Hydra as Zerg, is Banelings with speed, which is not something you see all the time in 1v1s, but definitely something you will see in team games. Is that exact concept. So my attempt at a base along this left side gets like just about shut down, although they do run. So the Griff ends up saving my hatchery temporarily, but then all of the Hydras in the world come over, and yeah. Griff's like, nope, sorry, man. They can have that hatchery. It is theirs now. An expansion on the right side from the barcode player, trying to make something happen for Team Red. I mean, it is... Demon Ray's basically maxed out. Somicron's maxed out, but nobody else is there right now. Everybody's having a hard time. Ton of spines coming up for LeGriff to try to deal with this incoming Demon Ray maxed army of Ling Bang Hydra. With Corruptor support from Barcode, Battle Cruisers coming in from cams. I'm like, are we dead at this point? This is so much stuff. They're working together. They're doing that so well. This Battle Cruiser has like no HP, but it's still, you know, it'll still do full damage until it dies, as is tradition. Yeah, I'm like, I got some Banelings. I don't have speed for them, but let's roll them in. And Somicron has a ton of Banelings on the follow-up. Wipes out all of the Lings, most of the Lings, all of the Hydralisks just about. Corruptors do fly in here from the Griff and wipe out the Sky Terran army from cams. And then some free Vikings here with a bad rally. Slow Banelings going to take out these poor Hydralisks. So Demon Ray goes down to 144 supply. It makes 18 Hydralisks in production in order to make up for it here. And I'm like, I need to, I don't know what to do. I'm on 3 bases here at 14 minutes, which is just terrible. I'm desperately trying to expand again somewhere. I'm trying to deny bases for opponents on the other side of the map here. And I do end up finding one of Demon Ray's attempts to expand. And I do try to take that one down. These Lings run to their deaths, but they do delay a little bit. Banelings here to hold off an attack of Hydralisks. Banelings with speed. Surprise! Yeah, they will chase you down and they will melt you with acid. But he ends up saving that base regardless. Cancel of an attempted base over this way by LeGriff. It's so crazy. Somicron comes in with a bunch of Zerglings and some pretty good upgrades. Is it enough to take down these Hydralisks is the question, and it seems like just barely it is, but then additional Hydras come in from the Barcode player now. Nidus networks in production from Barcode. Good heavens, this is an insanely crazy match. It was so stressful playing it, too. I just never felt comfortable. I'm at 78 supply. I'm trying to keep my bases saturated as evenly as I can here. I'm a little bit undersaturated on the main for some reason. Going Evolution Chamber, trying to get upgrades for my Lings and my Banelings. If they're going for this many Hydralisks, then Lings and Banes are going to be super duper good, especially if they have great upgrades. Barcode does manage to take this base over here, which we don't know about. We're unaware that a base exists. On the other side, they don't know this one exists from Somicron either. So scouting could be a little bit better, I think, from both teams at this stage. There are Ultralisks in production from Demon Ray. Got Chitinous Plating coming up from Demon Ray 2, so Ultras at 15 minutes. Going to be pretty darn scary stuff. I try to expand down this way, and it immediately gets discovered. But can I just have a fourth base, please? Can I just have one fourth base somewhere on the map? I try to expand down this way, figuring that they would be watching for this one, and then I'm like, well, if they're down in the bottom right, I'll go top left. It's a whole thing. Somicron has all of the Banelings in the known universe. And, well, all those Hydras, they're all completely dead there. Banelings are so zippy with the speed upgrade. I do send a couple Corruptors over to deal with this Overlord, so hopefully they don't see me expanding this way. Banelings just taking down entire hatcheries. Continuing to roll up here into Barcodes. This is a really important source of income for Barcode, and it is gone. However, Ultralisks wipe out my attempt at a fourth base up this direction. Demon Ray has Ultras, and we don't have the answer to Ultralisks, except for other Ultralisks, which Somicron is making right now, but he's horribly outnumbered at the moment. I, meanwhile, if I remember right, eventually I decided to go, we'll see there. Look at my Lings against this Ultralisk. No, you're not getting through that Ultralisk armor with your little tiny attacks that are doing like 1 damage at a time. And everything gets cleaned up. Blah. Their defense is so good. It did pull these Ultras back for about 4 seconds, though. But then I lose my third base. I'm down to 51 total supply, of which 31 of those are drones. So it's not ideal. Got some Banelings here. They don't do great against Ultras. No bonus versus light there at all. Griff has this base, which again is, I don't really do know about that. Team Red knows about it. They're going to let it live. Mulisk show up from the Griff, and the Ultras are like, I don't want anything to do with that. We have Anabolic Synthesis, but oh yeah, they do know about this base. All right, so the Griff going to lose this base. I can't even, like, the number of our bases that died in this game is so many. It is a large number. Somicron is kind of trying to engage here, but like these Banelings just sort of don't do much. They decrease the damage that Banelings do versus non-light targets, which Ultralisks are not light. I don't know if that's a fat joke necessarily for Ultras, but you know what it is. So at this point, Demon Ray's maxed out, and we're at 39, 142, and 86 total supply. I mean, these Ultras are running around doing whatever they want. Nothing can stop them whatsoever. Anabolic Synthesis is on the way from Somicron. He's making 8 Ultralisks himself, spending his money pretty darn effectively. The Mutas are trying to thin down the Ultralisk setup here too. Trying to thin down that count as much as they can. Vikings from Chems are cruising it at the same time, trying to be super duper annoying here. And Ultra is just getting in wherever they darn well please. I am making a Lurker den, because I'm like, you know how you do with Ultras? To some extent is Lurkers. That range, the bonus versus armor, the splash damage, all of it is good versus Ultralisk. Somicron losing just all of his bases right now. It's rough stuff. I'm expanding twice on the bottom right side of the map right now because I just need income. I don't have any right now. It's horrible. I don't even know how I have 800 resources at the moment. I guess there's still some minerals here at this natural, but it's a very, very small smattering. So finally, the Mutalisk Ultralisk combo manages to barely hold this off. Somicron has a swarm host for reasons he doesn't understand. I remember in voice chat, he's like, why do I have a swarm host? You know what? The pros do it too. Sometimes Sarah will be in the middle of the game and he'll just have like 1 swarm host. It's a problem. Demon Ray, 182 supply, 12 Ultralisks In production, I have some Lurkers, though. All right, I'm working on some upgrades for those guys. +2 attack. I'm working on adaptive talons for those Lurkers, too. Counterattack from Somicron coming up to Barcode's base, which has already died once. I can't remember. The Swarm Host wandering in here, too, for reasons that it probably shouldn't be. Like, launch your locusts, man. Help with the... Oh, he just burrows it in. But there's detection everywhere. Oh, interesting. Does he think he has to burrow? No, he doesn't. Meanwhile, Mutalisk from the Griff wiping out this top left-hand section of the map. I mean, bases are going down. Drones are getting killed all over the place right now. It's Mass Viking for some reason for cams, which is an interesting strategy, I guess. But workers, 24, 54, and 72 for Team Red. 28, 14, and 29 for Team Blue. This game is dumb. My Lurkers decide to show up and wipe out all the static defense in this area, so the Mutas have an easier time taking down this base. And they have the quick unburrow. Burrow with the adaptive talons. Look at this. Young. And they can easily take out static defense because it is armored and just blah, 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 blah. Hatcher's getting wiped out. Income for Demon Ray is in the toilet right now. He may be at 168 supply. He may be sitting on a decent bank right now. Look how fast that Ultralisk dies to these dudes. I have the range upgrade, but then like 10 Ultralisks show up, and suddenly my Lurkers can't quite kill them fast enough. And there was detection, and there's a scan. And all my Lurkers are dead. And I'm like, ah, no. I overstayed my welcome. What happened here? That's so many Vikings from Cams. Cams is, like, out of money, right? I guess he has this income right now, which is nice. These bases are alive for me, which is a giant comeback mechanic. Getting 2 bases when you have 0 mining is really very nice. I'm working on +1 melee. More Hydras in production right now. The Ultra is coming down. They have murder on their minds. And another hatch is out. This is so dumb. Oh, all right, man. The Ultras are here. The Mutos are desperately trying to kill them before they kill everything else. I mean, the good news is the Mutos can't die to these Ultras. The bad news is they kill them so slowly. They do focus down the enemy Spire here, so Griff loses the Spire. I'm suddenly at 83 supply with a bunch of Lurkers here. I'm just basically saying, like, look, I don't have enough Lurkers to handle this many Mutalisks, or this many Ultras, but then suddenly he ends up saving the Hive. He loses the Spire. The Muta count is insanely high right now from Griff. 10 Mutas in production for Demon Ray as he tech switches into Mutalisks. He's expanded up this left side. All these bases that we've killed previously. Actually, Barco took this one. Mass Viking here from Chems, which, again, sure. It's not... I mean, Mass Liberator, I think, would be better against Zerg than Mass Viking in pretty much every situation. Trying to kill some creep tumors down this way. Our creep is desperately trying to just connect bases, and that's about it. We're really not pushing our creep up toward the enemy at all. And, well, let's take a look at the upgrades real quick. The Mutalisks are at 3-2, and the Vikings are at +2 attack and no armor, so all the Vikings die. Is how that goes down. Again, Mass Viking not really recommended against Zerg. So many Hydras from Barcoder here, though, and that hatchery goes down. Script has tried to expand here about 4 times, and every time it dies. Cams does have this gold he took, which is pretty nice stuff. I'm trying to expand up this way. I'm like, maybe a 3-base economy is what I need at this stage of the game. Making more drones. I'm at 105 supply, which is the 2nd highest supply in the game right now, which is useful. Burrow some more Lurkers in here at Barcode's base. Those drones need to run, and they are getting massacred as they run. Look at the reach on these spines with that upgrade. It's insanely good. Spores going down, hatchery going down, and again, I think, do I recognize that I'm overstaying my welcome? I don't think I do, but I get the hatch anyway. And then I try to run, but I'm like, oh, I see. No running, and the Hydras just pick me apart because they outnumber me immensely there. So Lurkers not invulnerable in ZVZ. They're good, but they're not that good. Fully saturating that 3rd base now. I'm happily at 63 workers, which is more than anybody else. Somehow, Somicron's at 14. He was up to over 100 at some point, which is nuts. And Demon Ray leaves the game. Demon Ray, who was fighting so hard so hard in that game. No, did not happen for him. Taps out. What did he even have at the end of the game? He had 5 Hydras and 2 Mutalisks. Yeah, fair enough. It must be low resource, says Griff. Well, kind of, except Barcode has these bases up here. He's happily... Well, Demon Ray... Oh, this income is nice, too, for Demon Ray. I really don't know what the... Like, what was the impetus there? Why did he tap out? He still had 1 base. Like, still, mass Viking here from Cams is just not going to work out, guy. It's not. And Cams leaves the game, too. Man, so Barcode is like, all right, look, I'm at 138 supply. I have more than Omicron and the Griff combined. FalconPally is somehow at 100 supply, but a lot of that is drones at the moment. So he doesn't exactly have a ginormous army. So let's march down. And let's try to wipe out some stuff. Yeah, Spores are saving the day here against this Mutalisk attack. The Spore defense is fantastic. Got my Lurkers. I'm burrowing them up right on top of these tanks, right on top of that command center. Yeah, on retrospect, I'm really not sure that Cams is all that good. He never upgraded this to a like orbital or anything like that. Need you to kill the Hydra army, says Griff. I understand, but I just got wiped out by Hydras about 2 minutes ago, and that worries me a lot. So I'm like, I'll just make some Hydras back home. That'll be enough, right? Hydras having a great day. Losing these Overseers so there's no detection available is a big deal right there. The Hydras are here, but they cannot kill any Lurkers that happen to exist. Are there any that happen to exist? No. Somehow Barcode is maxed out. It's really just these bases, right? Bam, 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 bam. His income is good. The Mutas are trying to base race a little bit that way. These Lurkers are burrow. They really need to come home. And then he comes up here into Omicron's base, which is not a bad idea. I mean, a lot of tech structures are here. This is where the hive is. This is where the evolution chambers are. And I'm like, that is so many Hydralisks. What are you talking about? So I burrow them in a position that can hit this ramp. I'm like, okay, as they go in and as they come out, they're going to take Lurker spines to the face. And then just more and more Lurkers keep burrowing in here. I managed to get these guys up into position as well. And now suddenly these Hydras can't get out. Does he? You know what I want to know? Did he have a Nidus network? Barcode, he has 3 Nidus networks. Why didn't he Nidus out? He could have just tossed up a Nidus swarm right here and escaped and gone back home and been in a way better position. Maybe he just wasn't thinking about it. This is like 27 minutes into this game. It's stupid levels of stress. So Omicron is unhappy because he's lost his entire main. I cannot blame him for that whatsoever. He's down to 11 total supply. Like, he was carrying us for most of this game, but now suddenly he's just down on his luck. And I was like, okay, so, I mean, he must have Nidused out because we can't see anything here. Oh, he brought his own Overseers over. Smart. So he's going to try to break this by using detection. But really, again, Nidusing home, yeah, would have been the better choice. Griff is trying to take down these bases, but, like, the Spore count is insane. Corruptors are dying all over the place. No, there's a good scan here. The transfuses from Omicron keeping my Lurkers alive. And then these poor Hydras just stuck on the ramp. That splash damage, insanely good. Falcon's at 177 supply. Finally, he contributes to this game in some way. Nice caustic spray. There were no spores on the backside. How about over here? Can you angle like right here and get some caustic spray down? Look at him reburrowing spores. He's like, yeah, this is gonna work. Meanwhile, I'm like, well, I have Hydralisk technology. I might as well make some Hydras. Keep the Lurkers. Nope. Gonna move the Lurkers out. Again, with the upgrades that they have. I'm sitting on... I've got 3-3 air for some reason, and then 3-3 for Hydralisks, too. Which is hilarious. I'm getting the range upgrade for Hydras about now. I didn't bother with those because... Where are you even going? I don't even know where these Lurkers are trying to go. But I'm like, okay, this is where they live right now. These bases die. That poor Corruptor just destroyed. Yeah, and my Hydra is not doing super well there. Just completely outnumbered. A bunch of Lings joining the party here. Oh, we grabbed some of Demon Ray's Zerglings. Nice. I didn't even realize this was some of Demon Ray's army coming in to help out. And they shut down everything I've got going. But then I'm like, you know what I have is the power of 15 lurkers with full upgrades. Ready, set, go. No. Then the Hydras, they A-move, and the scan is too late, and all the Hydras die, and they are out, and that's it. Falcon Paladin, Somicron, and Griff are your winners in a game where Somicron and Legriff have 6 and 22 total supply at the end. It was team effort. All of us at different stages in the game. Legriff early, having a great time. Somicron just powering us through the mid-game with his maxed army. And then Falcon finally decides it's time to contribute. And part of it is he just was allowed to have these bases. Like, I don't even know. Oh, they never knew these bases were here. Oh, Team North never knew these bases were here. Never once. That's nuts. That's insane. They never realized it. Man. Anyway, hit that like button if you enjoyed that one. It was a trip, if nothing else. Resources lost here, 41,000, 41,000, and 32,000 for Team Red. Team Blue, 31, 53, and 29. Somicron lost 53,000 resources. I mean, at some points, he had a big Ultralisk army or a big Ultralisk army, and then they all died at some point. All of us made a handful of Corruptors at some level. Somicron lost 21 Mutalisks. I lost 31 Corruptors and 17 Lurkers. This is crazy. It is just crazy. Somicron ended up losing 81 drones. And on the other side, actually not that many workers killed except for Barcode. He lost a ton, but no one else really lost a ton. And then for some reason, Cam's here was going just 10 battle cruisers into Mass Viking. That was it. That was his entire plan today. I'm not sure it was a good one. That helped. I think that helped us win a lot. Sometimes that's how it works in team games. So, whew, hope you enjoyed that super, super stressful experience on my side of it here. Because that's going to be it for me. That's your Sunday cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.